Hey guys, Sunstreaker Wazza here, and today's video is just a rundown on the Shanix Store, the best things to buy, the best value for money, the things that I'll be buying, and just a general overview really on what I think you should be buying and looking at. So I'm gonna presume that you know what the Shanix Store is. If you're not sure what it is, go and check out the raid videos, guys, all the YouTubers have been doing to give you an idea, and then come back and sort of watch this when you got an idea exactly what it is. So, Universal Combiner Spark, obviously it's coming to the game now, and at 500 Shanix, I think it was 2,500. For some reason the figure's been removed, but let's have a look. I'm pretty sure it's 2,500. And at 500 Shanix, it's not too bad. It's good for low level players that don't buy crystals, because obviously then you can get Combiner Spark without buying crystals and purchasing money, so you can get it free to play. But I still think it's a bit expensive at 500 Shanix. You know, there is better value for money out there for me personally. But it's a good addition. Same with All 13, really good addition. The good thing about All 13 is you can purchase this along with an XP core. And then if you drop your combiner into a higher zone, where you can take out most of the base, and then you drop one bot, you're not just power leveling like normal, you're power leveling him in a higher zone. So if you take your combiner and an XP core onto a bot in a higher zone you normally would soul that bot, destroy half the base with the combiner, and then drop that bot to finish it off, that bot is going to get a ridiculous amount of XP. So putting all 13 into a Shanix Store was a genius idea. But same again, I just think that it's a bit too expensive at 500 or, you know, I think they've set the bar high on purpose, and then they may lower it over time, because obviously they put it more expensive and everyone's going to be really annoyed. And I think over time that may get reduced, hopefully. Bronze XP core is good, and I think at 250 Shanix it's good value for money. And out of the whole store, the XP cores are definitely the most value for money that you'll see a lot of the top players buying, I think. At 125% XP, that's not too bad. And don't forget, that's on top of your normal triple XP. Yeah, so you get triple XP, and at 125%, that means you'll get, quick maths, just below like 4%, basically. 400%, sorry, XP. So yeah, it's a good core to have. But for me personally, the silver core is the one that I'll be buying mostly. I think at 500 Shanix, it's well worth the the cost. Depending obviously how you play, but I get 1 to 2 days a weekend that I can actually hit the event hard. The other day, sadly, I have to work. So for me, that's good, because I could purchase 2 of those cores at 500 Shanix each. So that's 1,000 Shanix per event. And then I can use those on the 2 days that I'm available to play. So, it's a good investment, in your bots, and that's the most desired thing in the game, XP at the higher levels. So I think that it's a good price. I think it's a great idea from the apes. I think it's ingenious, to be honest with you. And probably the highlight, I think, of the Shanix Store. Obviously, there's some other good things in the Shanix Store, but for me, this is the highlight, and this is the thing that most got me excited about the Shanix Store. We've also got a gold XP core at 1,500 Shanix. That's slightly pricey, but saying again, it depends how you play. Because if you could save your Shanix, and you could save 2 or 3 of those for a super XP weekend, your bots are going to level so quickly. And if you add the combiner into that for the All 13, it's going to be ridiculous. But if you want 200% XP all weekend, that's 4,500 Shanix, 5,000 Shanix. That's a lot of Shanix. That's 2-3 events worth. That's a month's worth of, midweek events. Because they said that the midweek events will probably be 1,000 Shanix. So that's a lot of Shanix to use. So it depends how quickly you want to level your bot. Let's say you've got a new bot, and it's one of the top end bots, like Star Saber, like Skylink, bots like that. Then get one of these cores, stick them on it, level them as fast as you can. I'd maybe even wait until you've got your bot to level 40, because obviously it's a 24-hour core. So if you put it on your bot, and then you put him in for the research lab to research, those times, those 4 hours, those 12 hours, those days that you put in for, they're losing that XP. They're not gaining any of that XP. So be careful, guys. When you equip it on a bot, don't put it on your new bots. Wait till they get to level 40. Wait till they get to a point where you say, right, if I put this bot on this core, in 24 hours, I'm not going to lose anything. For 20 hours, we're leveling this bot for 24 hours. And same again, don't equip it on your bot if you know I'm going to be busy that day. There's no point at all. So yeah, keep that in mind, guys. Same again though, like I said, bronze chip at 500 Shanix. Same again, I think it's too expensive. Now, for me, with these chips, if you could choose what chip you got, that would make it more interesting. For 3,000 Shanix, that might be worth it, because there's certain cores that I don't have. I don't have a volatile mixture core that I really do want. I don't have guided missiles. There's certain cores that I do want that I haven't got. But 3,000 Shanix for a random core. And for me, that could be a gold death pulse. And if I spent 3,000 Shanix on a gold death pulse, I would be fuming. I would be furious. Same, even 1,000 Shanix on a silver core. I'd be furious if I got a death pulse. But if I could choose to say have a volatile mixture core from that gold chip, 3,000 Shanix might be actually worth it. It might be a good shout. But it's the randomness. It's the randomness that makes you not want to do it. I think that everyone likes something in a game where you can guarantee it. That's the problem. You get a lot of complaints about crystals and things like that. And I get it. You want to pay for something and get what you pay for, and sometimes you don't. And I understand that. And that's where I think a lot of frustrations in the game. That's the mechanics. That's the way it is. It's not going to change. That is simply the game mechanics. And I get it with the bronze chips, but think about how much positive feedback the apes got when they brought out the guaranteed no dupe 4-star crystal. Everyone went mental in the VIP saying this is amazing, this is great, and giving everyone one 4-star crystal that's non-dupe every now and again is great for relations. And I think that if they did the same with these chips, they either need to add a guaranteed chip, as in the case of you can choose, or they need to reduce the price. And I'd honestly say reduce it down to a third, so it's like 1,000 Shanix, maybe even less. I just don't like the randomness. That's my point on these chips. So right now, I wouldn't, like I said, but all these values might change. This is just an initial outlay to test the water and probably see what people buy. And I'm sure over time, as people buy things and don't buy things, they'll change the costs. But looking forward, I think everyone will buy the XP cores. I think some people, lower level players, might buy Combiner Spark and All 13. But I doubt really that anyone will really buy the chips at that cost. Personally, that's what I think. And then lastly, we've got 5-star Optimus Primal. Now, 50,000 Shanix is a high ceiling to reach. And it's had a bit of negative press, to be honest with it, in the chats. But you've got to remember, guys, that it is a free-to-play 5-star. It's not there to get easy. It's free to play. Anyone that plays the game, at a decent level can get this. My only question that I've asked is that, we've got to get 1,000 Shanix a week in the midweek raids. So that's roughly, 4,000 a month. Going on 52 weeks, let's make it a bit easier. If you get 1,000 a week, that's 50 weeks. That's pretty much a year. A year to get a 5-star. And that's if you're in a top alliance as well. And I just don't think people are willing to wait that long. The top guys, at my level, I wait about 9 months to get a 5-star, 8 to 9 months. And when I do, it's a big thing, and I've saved up time, investing money into that. But I just think a year at the Shanix Store of not being able to, and that's if you save every single one. So no XP cores, no chips, no Combiner Spark, no R13. You don't buy anything else. And think to yourself that 1,000 a week. So every weekend for 2 days, getting a fun 150% XP for every weekend of the year. or a 5-star Optimus Primal. That then, once you get, then you've got to spend another few months leveling him also. So you're talking maybe 16 months before you get to that 5-star Optimus Primal that's well worth getting into your war team. And it's just too long, to be honest with you. So I hope and I'm pretty sure they'll put more Shanix into events. And I think they need to reduce that down to like 6 months. So they need to add in about 2,000 Shanix a week, or 8,000 a month, 10,000 a month, something like that. I think they need to raise the bar on the amount of Shanix available. But the problem there when they do that is it just makes the XP core that much more viable. So I'm not too sure that's a good option. I think the better option would to just be reduce the price maybe to 30,000. And I don't think 30,000 is unreasonable, really. It's giving you a choice. If everyone did the same thing in the game, it'd be boring. So it's giving you a choice between save all your Shanix chips for 5-star Optimus Primal, or get your current bots more XP with the XP cores, and that's sort of play off. Personally, I'd buy 1 or 2 cores a month, and then save the rest for Optimus Primal, and maybe get him eventually. But at 50,000, if I buy XP cores, I will never get him. That's the way I sort of look at it right now. So I think on the whole, the Shanix Store was a genius idea, and I really think it was amazing. I really do. The XP cores, genius idea, and I love that. I love that side of it. I think the inclusion of all 13 and combined spark was a good idea. I'm not too sure of the price. The chips, I'm not too sure were a good idea. Not as their current state. Like I said, it was a guaranteed chip that you can choose. That'd be ingenious. And 5-star Optimus Primal, great bot. It's going to be amazing if HQ17 ever comes, because it does extra damage to walls, and those walls are going to be insert your word there. But yeah, they're going to be an absolute nightmare, those walls, when HQ17 eventually comes down the line, and it'd be a great bot against them. But same again, that's a year down the line that I might get Optimus Primal, so quite expensive. Just give you a quick idea, it took me about 6 months as a HQ14 to grind it out, don't get me wrong, to get 5-star Beast Wars Megatron on that account. And now I've also got to level him as well. So yeah, I'd say that's a decent time frame, and everyone was happy with that in the China server and accepted that, and everyone's fought for that, and it's not got much negative press. So I'd say if they can reduce that down so you can obtain him within 6 months, then I think it'd be a really good addition to the Shanix Store. And that's it, guys. So as always, thanks for watching.